Hi.
So, do you like worms?
Yes.
Like little worms, like the earthworms in the ground?
Mm-hmm.
You do? You like to eat them?
No.
No? How about gummy worms?
Yes.
Yeah, gummy worms, those are good. You like worms and dirt? It's the dessert.
What?
You've had it before. She's had it before. Gummy worms in chocolate pudding, the Oreo or the baking crumbs, the chocolate baking crumbs over it. Well, that's what we're going to do, but we're going to do it sourdough style. This might be a hot mess. I don't know, but I think either way, we're going to have fun, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's check it out. So we're starting off here with 500 grams of strong baker's flour, just white flour here. And to that, I'm going to be adding 10% or 50 grams based on that baker's percentage there. 10 grams of this cocoa powder, and that's just the very first start towards getting this chocolatey. I'm just going to stir that in a little bit here so it's mixed in just a touch. Next, we're going to take a look at our water here. Now I'm only going with 40% of filtered water. This is 200 grams of filtered water. That's because we're going to have liquid from another source. In this case, it's, what is this?
I don't know what it's called.
It's chocolate pudding. We don't get a lot of chocolate pudding snacks around here. But we're going to put some into here. And I'm going with 40%, the same quantity. So 40% or 200 grams, because these are 100-gram containers of this chocolate pudding. I could have gone ahead and just actually made some chocolate pudding. I was feeling lazy, and this is quick, so I picked some up. We're just going to go ahead and add this, get as much of it out as we can, and then we're going to mix this up here. This is going to be our liquid for the sourdough.
That looks yummy.
Yeah, now we don't have to get it so it's like 100% blended together, but a little close at the very least. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in this flour with the cocoa. And one last thing, we're going to add in, I've got 100 grams here of some milk chocolate chips. So that's 20% of the chocolate chips. And I'm mixing them in at this point just so that they're kind of mixed all the way throughout. And I'm going to be putting the gummy worms in during the lamination, and I didn't want to add too much stuff to the dough at that point. So I'm throwing the chips in right now. I'm just going to go ahead and mix this for around a minute or so here until it's all incorporated. Okay, there we are. We've got our dough. What does it smell like? Chocolate? Oh yeah. Mainly chocolate, I'd say. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to cover this up with some plastic, and we'll give it probably about an hour or so to autolyse, or until my leaven is ready to mix in. Alrighty, after just about an hour there, I've got some really nice poofy leaven to go in. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 125 grams or 25%. All right, there we go. And just going to moisten my hands with some filtered water. Spread that over the top. Punch it down, poke it in with my fingers here just a little bit. And then, using some pinch and folds, incorporate it into the rest of the dough. Okay, there we go. That's incorporated quite nicely. I'm just going to go ahead, cover it back up, and give it 30 minutes. All right, so after that 30 minutes, I'm going to add 9 grams or 1.8% of some fine sea salt. Again, just getting my hands wet with some filtered water, punching it in just a little bit, and then going with some pinch and folds here to mix it into the dough. Okay, there we are. So I'm going to cover this up and I will give it 30 minutes. All right, so after that 30 minutes, I'm just going to do a little stretch and fold. Still a little firm, so I'm not getting a huge stretch out of this. But better than nothing for now. It's really, really firm. All right, I'm just going to do 3 stretches on that. I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and then I will go ahead and attempt a lamination so we can get those gummy worms in there. All right, so it is now time to do the lamination. So I've actually gone ahead and moistened this countertop down. No, don't feel it right now. Just wait for me to lay this out. I know. Don't worry about it.
Touch them?
No, not yet. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just gently tugging on this dough here, trying to stretch it out into a bit of a flat mat. So that'll just take me a minute or 2. Okay, I think that is as good of a mat as I'm going to get here. It took me a little bit longer than usual, but this is the price we pay for what hopefully will be awesome. We will find out. Okay, so first of all, we've got some gummy worms. So you take a few?
Yes.
Take a few out. I'm not, yeah, and then you can put, but only put them across here, not on the sides. No, no. Only in between my hands there. So we're going to put them just in like the middle third here. No. We're going to put some over here. Yeah, kind of spread them out a little bit. Perfect. Because there's going to be some on here after. Okay, hold on. Whoa, maybe one more over here. No. There we go. Just wait. You're going to put those in. My sous chefs, I'm telling you. I don't know. Now, this is some of that... the chocolate crumbs. Okay, don't put it there. Because watch what I'm doing. Doing that. Now we're going to fold this over on top. And I'm going to pat it down to try to get that bread in between those worms. Just wait. You already have worms in your hand. So put worms across this part. Not the lower part. Just the top part. And I'm not going to go too close to the edges here because I'm really hoping that gummies don't like melt out and get everywhere when it's baking. Yeah, there. Maybe just put one more over here and one more up here. Okay. And we can get some more gummies now out of the bag. No, just wait. Just wait. We're going to have more spots to fill here. So now we only need like 3 gummies. Boom, boom, boom. 3 worms right in the middle. Okay. Yeah, perfect. No, like this, and then here. No. Thanks for all your help, girls. Oh, not there. And, again, patting that down, and I need 1, 2, 3, and then that's it. And in the middle. Perfect. No, that's it. And a little bit more of this. And I say, we have quite a few gummies in this bread. You guys can eat one of those other worms. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get this into the bowl, cover it up, and give it another 30 minutes. Okay, so after 30 minutes there, I'm going to attempt to do a coil fold. I don't know how effective this is going to be here, simply because of all the stuff, those chips, and the worms in there. All right, well, coil fold-ish. I might try one more in half an hour just to bring that around a little bit more, and then I'll let it follow through with the fermentation, and we'll go from there. So after that second coil fold, I gave this a couple of hours, and it's a little bit jiggly here, which, given the fact that it has those chocolate chips and whatnot in there, means that it's pretty well fermented, as far as I can tell. So I'm just going to pop this out here. Get my hands nice and floured up. And just give this a quick little pre-shaping.
Oh, I like bread.
Yeah, you like bread? Well, hopefully you'll really like this bread. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to cover this back up with the same bowl here. And I'm going to give it about 5 minutes, and then we'll do a final shaping. Okay, time to wrap this one up here. Just going to go ahead, give it a little final shaping. It didn't really change shape too much, and a large part of that will be because of all the chocolate chips and everything that are in here. It's just helping it keep its shape, which is great. Gonna throw a little rice flour on the top here, And my banneton is also coated in rice flour, and that should just help this pop out really nicely when I go to bake in the morning. So now, I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up, the plastic cap here, and throw it in the fridge overnight, and we'll bake in the morning. All right, morning of the bake. I've got the oven preheated at 500 degrees with the cast iron combo cookers and everything in there. And so I'm just going to cover up this bread with some parchment paper and flip it. Whew, there we go. Now, I am going to, watch out sweetheart, give this a quick little spritz because I do want to cover it with some of this, more of these chocolate baking crumbs, since it's supposed to be a worms and dirt cake.
You can give some to worms.
No.
To worms. Ew.
We have the gummy worms inside of it. All right.
The worms.
Now that my hands are a mess, I'm going to give this a quick score. Trying to navigate the gummy worms that I can feel through there. All right, perfect. And we'll throw that chocolate chip in there. We'll get this into the oven. I'm going to cover it up and then turn the heat down to 440 degrees and give it 30 minutes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off and then pop it down to 420 for about 20 minutes. Woo! Actually, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off of the cast iron just to help prevent excess burning. Okay, we're excited. Time to pull this bread out. Ooh, and I'm going to just set it up on here and let it cool down. So for 1 second I was like, oh no, it's all burnt, but I forgot that those are those chocolate baking crumbs on there. Look at that. All that gummy that leaked out. I wonder what it's like on the inside. Yeah, you can come over and take a peek, kiddo. Look at that. Woo! We'll find out once it's cool. Yep. So I also went ahead and popped this bread off of the parchment. You can see gummy worms that melted and came right out, and it was flowing and gooing. And my assumption is that it's going to harden afterwards, so I didn't want it to harden altogether on this. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Who's excited?
Me.
You? So I'm not going to lie. The bottom of this, a whole bunch of the gummy worms kind of came out. The bottom, I let it cool on this because I didn't want it cooling and hardening onto the parchment paper, but I actually had to cut this off with a knife. So that was a hassle, but let's see if it's worth it. Slice in here. Not nearly as crispy on the bottom as I expected. Okay, let's see. Ooh, of course those gummy worms
I want to see.
melted, right? This actually looks like something out of a horror movie. Wicked. Okay, let's slice into it and see how it tastes. All right, let's do it. What do you think?
Amazing.
What's that? Was that amazing? Very, very tasty. Nice, chocolatey, rich, really moist. The flavor of the gummy is in there. Of course, it's a little different than the worms and dirt because, of course, there are no full, chilled down little gummies that you're digging into for that, that texture contrast. However, it is super yummy. I love it. Do you love it? I think we might have to give this a whirl again sometime. So, yeah. Did we take her to 11? I'll take the nod.